This video is brought to you by my new album entitled Dougal's Treats. It's full of hummable melodies, bluesy riffs and the occasional bit of virtuoso flashy stuff as well. If you enjoy bluesy rock guitar with memorable tunes and solos that wail like a banshee, then check out the links in the description. The premium version includes all of the tabs for each tune, videos and jam tracks as well. Thanks for listening. Now on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now let me tell you the thing, or one of the things, one of the benefits, one of the great things about doing what I do for a living is that, which is basically just kind of either virtually down a webcam or in person in this room, just kind of playing guitar with people and hopefully kind of passing on some useful knowledge along the way. You get to know people over a period of time and, friendships are formed. There are numerous examples I could tell you about. Well, you already know about Grandpa Joe, who sent me this lovely NYPD challenge coin, which now sits in my number one. I'm saying it. This is my number one guitar, this Les Paul tribute. So Joe's a great guy, and there are other people like that as well. I mean, Jim, the chap in Northern Ireland, I've never spoken to him even down a webcam, but he likes what I do on YouTube, and he sent me a couple of very nice vintage, not vintage guitars, but vintage branded guitars. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Joe. But, what I'm saying is you get to know people, you get on with them, and friendships get formed. And there's one chap in the USA called Robert. Watch out for him on the Friday live stream from time to time. He goes by the moniker Robster Boy. We exchanged Christmas gifts last year. He was curious about my penchant for curry. So I sent him all of the ingredients to make his own, all the non-perishable ingredients, like the stuff that comes in a tin or a jar or something like that. And he reportedly was very impressed with the Robson chicken madras. And he sent me some good old American foods, like, I'd never eaten biscuits and gravy before then, but now I have. That itch has been scratched. It wasn't quite what I was expecting, but anyway, very delicious, all the same. And Robert got in touch recently and said, I bought you a little something. I've ordered it to be sent to you from Toman. And, I was thinking it was like a guitar strap or something like that, or, a selection of picks, just some kind of little token of, appreciation, or a token of palhood, friendship, whatever. But he says, no, it's something that you used to have, but you don't have anymore. And I was scratching my head. I didn't know what was going on. But it turns out that Robert had bought me a new wireless system, an XVive A58 wireless system. I have a bit of a checkered past with wireless systems. I had a cheap, about 30 quid Legato set that was great, worked fine until the one day when it just didn't. It had decided that it had, fulfilled its contractual obligations for longevity and promptly died on me. So they went in the bin. Then I never got round to replacing them for over a year, and I got like, I'll get the Legato one. That one that broke, I'll buy another one of those, but the more expensive one. And I just finished doing a review on that, saying, this is fantastic. Yeah, I love this. This is great. It's great not having cables trailing all over the floor again. And then within a week, that had just absolutely, turned to compost, really, or the sound had turned to compost. Every note you played was accompanied by the sound of someone frying bacon in a force 9 gale, essentially, just that kind of noisy background hiss that was there. Some days it wasn't, but most days it was. So, I made a suitable announcement on the live stream that week saying, yeah, you know what I said about those Legato 5.8 gig, 5.8 gigahertz wireless systems? They're great. I said they're not. Don't buy them. They're rubbish. And then, ironically, a few days later, I got an email from Legato saying, we've noticed your channel and we think you'd be a great partner to work with us. And, they're offering me sponsorships, and I just politely declined. Politely but forcefully. So after that, I was looking around for another wireless system, and I'm thinking, okay, well, I don't want to spend too much, but I don't want something that's cheap and nasty, and I want a decent battery life, and and all of these moving parts that you're kind of weighing up, and in the end, it just fuddled me brain, and I thought, well, I'll just stick with a cable for now. And then Robert gets me this. Wasn't expecting it, wasn't solicited. Robert just, out of the goodness of his heart, sent me a gift, and it's not exactly, an impulse buy either. This is where I think he got them from. Well, I know it's where he got them from because it came from Toman. The XVive A58 guitar wireless system, £129. And I'll put a link to that in the description below, non-sponsored, so you can go and check out the specs and everything. But what we really want to know are a number of things. First and foremost, does it affect the tone that you get from your guitar? Well, a little while ago, an hour or so ago, I recorded just some side-by-side comparisons. You'll see on screen where I'm using a cable and where I'm using the wireless system, and you're going to hear clean and dirty sounds, just a quick comparison, so you can make your own mind up. Now, to my ears, there's negligible difference. Any difference that you can hear is probably down to just the subtle differences in the playing. That Les Paul is a very dynamic guitar, and it doesn't take a lot of variance in the amount of force that you're exerting with your right hand to create like a perceived difference in the tone or the gain. Was there a little bit more top end on the wireless thing? Well, possibly, but it's not something that anyone has commented on in recent weeks, because I decided to box clever this time, and rather than just kind of get them out the box, try them for a couple of days and say, yeah, fantastic, I thought, no, I'm just going to kind of use this for a few weeks. I've been using this system now for about a month, and it has worked flawlessly. It's never put a foot wrong. You just have to plug and play. Just literally switch it on. It turned up fully charged as well. Nice touch. You just plug it in, switch it on. It works. It doesn't. You're not having to kind of scroll through channels to get to pair up the receiver and the transmitter. You just switch it on, and boom, you're good to go. And I work fairly long hours. I'm in here from usually about 7:30, 8 o'clock on a morning until usually 8 p.m. on an evening. Not all of that time is spent playing the guitar, though. I'm not playing the guitar now. I'm sat here recording a piece to camera. Then, I'm going to be switching that PC on over there and editing the video together, and then I've got some tabs to do later, which basically I don't need to be plugged in to kind of tab stuff out. So, but you know, what I'm saying is for a full day of me playing or full day of working here, the battery life on these, it's stated as I think 5 hours. I've never flattened the battery, you know, during a day's shift, if you like. There's always juice left in the battery by the time I get to my last lesson of an evening. So, and that was my main concern. You know, I don't want to be, you know, kind of running out the juice halfway through a lesson and then having to scrabble around and kind of run my cable back into my amp and stuff. But no, it's absolutely fine. I can wholeheartedly recommend the XVive system. For distance, the website states that you know, it'll go up to 30 meters without obstacles. I have no reason to doubt that. You know, it's I haven't got 30 meters that I can, you know, kind of get away from the amp in this house, but it does work if I'm sort of up here and or if I'm downstairs rather and I'm up here. I did a little test on that earlier, you know, so we can you know, it's even with walls and stuff in the way and you're in another room, it seems to still work pretty much okay. Yeah, XVive A58 wireless system, a little present from a friend of mine in America called Robert. Thank you, Robert. You are a gentleman, sir. And if ever you get yourself over to the UK, be sure to look me up, and we'll go for a curry together and have some relaxing beverages along the way. That would be a fun evening, wouldn't it? But that's it for today, folks. Bit of a long-winded way of saying thank you to Robert for this wireless system, which works absolutely fine. I'm really kind of blown away with gratitude for the gifts that, you know, people like Robert and Jim and Joe and loads of people have sent me over the years. I just sit here in my little converted back bedroom out in the sticks in Redcar and blether into a webcam, and I get sent presents, and it's massively gratifying. Thank you to each and every one of you. But that is the video for today, folks. Hope you've found that entertaining and useful in some small way, and if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. And don't, of course, forget the live stream every Friday 5 PM UK time, where we just basically drink beer and chat. You know, there's nothing more complicated than that about it, but it is a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.